Now, credit card and car loan delinquencies continue to rise. Federal Reserve Bank released a report late last week that shows increased financial stress, especially among younger and lower income households. Local financial professional Nathan Ford with Vital Retirement Planners joins us now with more insight and tips on how to tackle our debt. First, let's talk about this. Mortgage balances, car loans, credit card debt all jumped by billions of dollars from the third quarter last year to the fourth quarter last year. So one consumer credit reporting agency cites heightened consumer prices as the culprit. What are some other factors, Nathan?
Well, if you look at the reason for prices going up so high, one thing we're not talking enough about is the impact of inflation. So, our government has been printing dollars like there's no tomorrow. And what happens is when you have all these dollars entering the economy, it reduces the spending power of the dollars you've got in your pocket. And if you have too many dollars chasing too few goods, well, that's the textbook definition of inflation. And so then you have another problem is typically there's a policy response to high inflation, which is, well, let's try to discourage and reduce spending by making it more expensive to spend, which means increasing interest rates. Mm-hmm. So now you have things that cost more because of inflation, but now it's going to cost you even more to buy those items that have inflated because you're paying higher interest rates. So we have this compounding effect that's happening that's really hurting a lot of people who aren't really structured and well planned and don't have an idea for their own spending habits and they don't really have a plan for their financial situation.
Yeah, and so why is it important to tackle debt right before retirement?
Well, there's two ways to increase your cash flow. And if there's a thesis in a retirement income plan, it's your income, it's your cash flow. One way to increase your cash flow is to increase your income. Let's generate more income. The other way to do that is to eliminate liabilities. So if you pay off a debt that's costing you $2,000 a month, for example, that's just as good as getting a $2,000 a month raise in your income. It has the same financial impact. So you want to make sure you're targeting the debt that is the worst to hold on to. And that's debt that doesn't have anything securing it. Like if you have a mortgage, you got a house that's securing.
That's okay.
You have a car loan, you have a car that's securing that loan. If you have credit card debt, what's securing that?
That's the bad debt,
that's dangerous.
You mentioned a technique already, right? It sounds like and we've had you on talking about the snowball strategy, the avalanche strategy.
Yeah.
Can you kind of repeat that
for
our viewers?
And I will say there's some opportunities as well to look into potentially refinancing some of our debt with interest rates coming down. But to use the avalanche method, basically what that means is you're going to take your smallest debt and pay that off first. So you're going to focus all of your overpayments into that smallest debt. Once that's paid off, take all those payments and you're going to focus all of those payments to the next smallest debt. And you're going to continue that until you've got everything paid off. With the snowball method, you're going to attack that debt that has the highest interest rate. So it really, the best method is really going to be determined by your overall financial situation. And I think that's why it's so important that people don't try to do all this on your own, but if you can sit down with a financial expert to help you understand the landscape, understand your situation, then you can have a strategy that's tailored to you and to your lifestyle and your spending habits.
And if you have any questions, of course, you can contact Nathan Ford. He's with Vital Retirement Planners. Thank you so much for your time once again.
Good to be here.
And we'll be right back.